First tonight, the story of George Garbett from North Yorkshire. He was born with a serious heart problem, and his family were told he wouldn't live long. Under the care of surgeons at Leeds, he was on, his family say, a palliative care pathway. But last week, George became critically ill, and his family demanded he be sent to Newcastle's Freeman Hospital for a second opinion. At the Freeman Hospital, he was given emergency surgery that hasn't only saved his life, but they say has fixed him so that he should now live a full life. His family claim he was misdiagnosed in Leeds. The two units are currently under an NHS review to see which should provide child heart surgery for the North. Our health reporter Sharon Barber has the story.
It's been a tough first year for George.
He was diagnosed with quite a few conditions at first, which needed surgery. And they told us at the cardiology clinic he would be palliative care only.
The last few weeks have been particularly bad as George's condition deteriorated and he was again taken to his local hospital in Airedale, West Yorkshire.
And her words to me when she came home, "Mum, do something for George, he looks dead." That was the turning point, and that's when I sort of got things rolling.
Nicola got things rolling by demanding that George be sent to Newcastle's Freeman Hospital, a request set against the background of the ongoing debate between Newcastle and Leeds over who should provide child heart surgery in the North. The decision was made in favour of Newcastle, but the whole process is now under review. After some discussions, George was transferred up to the Freeman Hospital.
They were shocked at his stats. I think a lot of doctors came in to see George on arrival and been waiting for him all day. His stats were 21, I think. So they had much oxygen they could near him.
It's on maximum oxygen, wasn't he?
And they knew that they needed to get a plan in place quite quick, obviously because George didn't look well either. He looked grey.
I'm not saying the referral's bad, but we asked for it on the Monday morning and we got there the Tuesday evening, didn't we? But I spoke to Newcastle on the Sunday. And what they said to us, that they were going to do the sending procedure, something that we were only told the day before Leeds could not do because it was too dangerous. And they said, well, I do expect him to be fixed. And when you say that, I think I remember ringing ICU up after Georgie's operation and checking his saturates, and they were 91. And they said, oh, they will be, he's fixed. And I don't even think now, it's like, obviously we're not out of the woods and we're very apprehensive, but even now, we've gone from having a baby we've lived for a year being told is palliative care, and if we trusted Leeds, he'd still be palliative care with a life restriction. But now, we've got George back, and he's going to live a normal life.
And I think where your child's best, it might be Leeds or Newcastle, but for George, it obviously was Newcastle where they could do the right procedure for George, which obviously made his life from palliative to normal.
Newcastle hospitals say they couldn't comment on what happened, but did say the little boy is doing very well and everyone is delighted. Sharon Barber, BBC Look North.
Well, a short time ago we received this reaction from Leeds General Infirmary.
Well, actually, I don't think that this is a misdiagnosis. I think this is a refinement. This is an update, and I think that no matter which doctors had spoken to them and where they were, these refinements and these updates would have been passed on to them. So I don't think this child's been misdiagnosed. And in fact, we've had conversations with the clinicians at Newcastle, the doctors looking after this child, where they agree with our diagnosis and where they have confirmed that there has been no misdiagnosis.
So when this family is saying that they've really had to fight to get their child referred up to Newcastle, almost at the point when he was so poorly they were worried about him staying alive, what do you say to that?
Well, I think that's really not true. I think the team in Leeds were, at the point in time when this family have made those phone calls, already arranging for the child to be transferred by the Embrace Yorkshire Transfer Service directly here to Leeds, because we also were concerned about him.
And just finally then, on a slightly different one, some of these allegations that Leeds in some way might be purposefully not referring up to Newcastle, what do you say to that?
Completely untrue. Our number of referrals to the Newcastle team has not changed, both prior to and subsequent to the Safe and Sustainable Review. We are not blocking families going to Newcastle if they're required.
Well, on to another story involving the health service.